Hey guys, my name is Joey Thomas, entrepreneur and small business educator here with 17 Hats. So today's question in this video is, how do I deliver more value to my clients? I absolutely love the topic of value, and I can talk about it for days at a time. See, value is merely a perception. There is no universal measure of value as it's unique to each individual. What one person values just may not be the case for the next. So when we talk about how do I deliver value, it's something different for each person. And it really depends on your client, the service you provide, and the problems you're really trying to solve. So let's dive into that today. And before I move on, just don't forget to subscribe to the 17 Hats channel and click like if you like this video. All right, so let's get right into this. How do I deliver value? Well, let's define it first. Value is the perception of worth that exceeds the cost for the service or products. I'm going to say that again. Value is the perception of worth that exceeds the cost for the service or product. Now, cost, I'm not just talking about price though, because price is one factor of cost. It's also the time and the effort that it took and the feeling that there was. If there's any negative feeling or tension as part of a buying experience, it is also a cost, right? So value is just what's left after that, the worth that they feel after that. So if the client feels like they're getting more than what they paid for or the overall cost, that's value. See, the really cool thing with a business is that the perception of your brand, right? And I'm not just talking about logos, I'm talking about just your story, your brand story itself. It can also add immense value. See, consider any luxury brand like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Lexus or Mercedes, right? Any luxury brand, because there are products out there that may equal or even exceed the quality of those luxury branded items. But that doesn't matter. Because they have branded themselves as luxury and they have established themselves in the market as luxury, the perceived value is sky high. And the really interesting thing is, that's a value that remains with the client as long as they have that product. And so branding is a value add that goes a very long way. But today we're going to talk about just a few tips and tricks just to add some value, and you can decide which one of these will really work for you. Use one, use them all. But either way, I hope it is useful and you can start using them today. Okay, so how do I systematically add value to the client experience? What do I mean by that? I want you to be able to strategically place value adds throughout the client experience. Now, as you continue to exceed those client expectations, the perception of value will also continue to rise. So what are some examples of adding value? Okay, so the first one is to be able to curate content that's relevant to the client. Now, what do I mean by that? There's all kinds of ways you can do that. You can do that through social media, email blasts, right? You can do that in person, right? If you add value to the person by giving them printed materials and things like that. But, let's take an example. If you're a makeup artist, you can send weekly newsletters or e-blasts with articles or videos that your client can watch that are relevant to the experience they're having with you. What do I mean by that? Let's think about proper hydration or skincare routines, how to apply makeup at home. See, this content can come directly from you, or you can link high quality content from other sources and people that you've partnered with. And those type of backlinks in your blog can really help SEO as well. Now, either way, this education is relevant and it adds a lot of value to the client. So don't forget to curate content that's relevant to the client. Remember, they weren't expecting this from you, but you're giving it to them anyway, which is value. Okay, next, sending thank you cards and gifts. Now, a simple gesture of a handwritten thank you card, it goes a long way. If you've ever gotten a handwritten thank you card, you know that it just makes you feel good that they took the time to do so. So see, the act of taking that time, it's not directly involved in your service that you are providing or the product you were giving. And it shows the client that you care and you value them. Even a small thank you gift maybe after the service is rendered, it just adds a bit of perceived value more than the gift is worth, right? So anytime a client receives anything from you, whether it's a thank you card or a gift, here's one cool thing that happens. The law of reciprocity kicks in, which means that they are now motivated to do something nice back to you. I've done a video on testimonials and reviews where if it's time to ask for a testimonial, you've now kind of helped them get that feel good, just start feeling good inside. And this can now come back to you. All right, next, ask for feedback. Now, how is that valuable? See, the thing is, it's a win-win. It provides value for you and value for them because it shows the client that their feelings and their experience actually matters and that your intention is to take that and improve your services. So when you show your client that what they want matters and what they need matters and their experience matters, that feedback you're asking for adds value. It's not a value that they expected, but it sure does feel good as part of the client experience. Next, provide relevant resources. Okay, before I talked about curated content, things that they can go more like education. But imagine, let's just say you're a dog walker, right? Partner with local vets and pet shops maybe, where you can get more opportunities to add value to your client. You can send deals and specials for dog food, maybe grooming services or vet services. See, showing that you have these connections with other professionals adds credibility, thus adding perceived value. So provide relevant resources, deals, coupons, anything that you can show that, hey, you care about not just what you're offering, but the other things that they might need as well, okay? Now, always set expectations. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Well, no one likes to guess what's next. The simple act of setting expectations early and often eases the stress for your clients. If they ever come seeking you first and ask what to expect, see, they probably already experienced some sort of tension, which takes away from their experience and their value. So you want to set expectations early and often, but that's not all. You want to exceed those expectations, okay? It's not only just to set them, but you want to exceed them. Even a day behind delivery can cause frustration. Always plan on delivering a product early if possible. Now, if you're providing a service, go out of your way and don't nickel and dime if you go over your service by a few minutes, if it's time-based, right? That generosity goes a long way. Okay, finally, use a CRM. Now, why? What's a CRM? Customer Relationship Management. It's a platform. It can be software or an app, just like 17 Hats. Now, I use 17 Hats because it creates a very seamless and enjoyable experience for both you and the client. It keeps tasks organized. It keeps all their documents in one place. It gives them a portal to go ahead and just look up their documents and see what payments are next. Automatically reminds them for when an invoice is due. But so many different ways you can use a CRM to add value. Because the truth is, a lot of people are still using paper and pen, spreadsheets, and printed documents to keep track of all of this, and it can get a little frustrating. So if you're out and about and a client needs access to a document, you don't want to say, hey, I get home in 8 hours, let me look that up. Oh, maybe I'll get back to you tomorrow. Don't want to do that. Having a CRM and that app right at your fingertips gives you that access, which makes them feel really, really good at the end. So bottom line is, guys, value is all about improving lives and solving problems. That is what you want to do, right? With our service that we offer, everything is about problem solving, but then the quality of how we do it, right? The intent, the care we put into that problem solving and the experience that they have, it's just very beneficial. And honestly, it just goes a long way to increasing that perceived value. And that's today's topic, is how do we add value? So I want you to every single day wake up and ask, how can I add value today? That's a habit that I got into, and it really helped me think about and brainstorm what can I do today that's going to ease this tension, that's going to make things easier, that's going to exceed expectations. And sometimes we won't always be able to do it, but if you do it enough, right, we can hope that there's enough benefit that's been given to a client, right, for them to end up not only referring you, but possibly giving you great testimonials or coming back as a client once again. Well, guys, I hope this video really helped you today. Adding value is so important in our services, and it's really what makes just regular consumers into raving clients and people who blow the trumpet for you, right? And go out and share the news that, hey, you exist and you should go use this person for what they need. So remember to always add value, and remember to always ask, how can I add value today? Again, my name is Joey. Thank you again for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the 17 Hats channel and like this video and turn on those notifications. I will talk to you later and see you soon.